The illegal Catalan referendum and the police violence that was caught on camera triggered the biggest political crisis Spain had seen in decades. Police were seen pushing, punching and kicking voters to move them away from polling stations on orders to seize the ballot boxes and in the face of voters young and old who stood their ground. 2 million people cast their vote, a quarter of all Catalans, yet many more stayed away, refusing to acknowledge the illegal referendum and urging unity. A year on, what did it all achieve?
It's really fast. I ventured here. So there's the containers, there's the police who shot me right directly in my face.
When I was shot, I was scared, not angry, but just disappointed. So that makes all these things, makes the shot, makes it bigger.
Tell me about the last year and what that's been like for you.
Last year, it's a lost year for me. I mean, right now I'm starting to restart my life where I leave it that day. It's been a year of recovering, physically and mentally. Also for my family, my child, it's been a hard process.
Looking back on the last year, and it was a great personal cost to you, what do you think's been achieved by the referendum?
The first step was the 1st of October, and I'm sure we're gonna make it, yes. Even if we don't have the political power in our side.
Police violence was criticised internationally. I met one man who was blinded by a rubber bullet. Do you feel ashamed of that?
Yeah, of course I feel ashamed, but they knew, independentists knew that the referendum was illegal. They knew the consequences.
What do you think was the significance of the referendum, looking at life now here?
I feel sorry for what happened, but it's obvious that society, Catalan society, is divided, and it's very painful for us.
A lot's changed in 12 months. After the referendum, when 90% of voters chose separation, the Catalan government declared independence. Madrid stepped in, dissolved parliament, sacked the government. The man responsible, former President Carles Puigdemont, fled to Belgium. He's still there in self-exile, wanted here to face allegations of rebellion. Other former ministers are in custody. There's been new elections. There's a new Catalan separatist government. There's a new Spanish government, a new Prime Minister, Pedro Sánchez.
Politically, I think no one can say that something has been achieved because we're much worse than we were a year ago, no matter who you are supporting. If you are supporting independence, you're in a worse position because a year ago you still had the dream that something would happen. If you're pro-unionism, you thought this would be stopped and pro-independence support would definitely decrease, which has not happened.
So the Spanish government has a message, a clear message for the Catalan population. We said that what we want is to improve the self-government of Catalonia, and thus we offer a new way for Catalan people.
Is the situation now, a year on, still as fragile, or has it been brought back from the brink?
I would say the situation is quite fragile, but I would also like to point out that what is important are the facts, not the words. So up to now, the new Catalan government hasn't made any fact that breaks the rule of law.
He stayed in France because he had a son that was...
You could end this political crisis. The socialist government say they're offering you a referendum on greater autonomy, but you're saying no.
It's in the hands of the socialist government to show that the situation is new by pulling back all charges against the former Catalan government, having exiles back at home and having political prisoners out of prison. This is what would make a situation new, because otherwise we are still in the same place that we were.
Your president, President Torra, today is talking about planning an act of disobedience which would lead to independence. What does he mean?
We may well be ready to an act of disobedience, but we are not here yet. If the Spanish government is not prepared to give us a solution through a dialogue and negotiation that passes through a binding referendum, and we will work to implement as soon as possible a Catalan Republic.
How would you do that?
We'll do it.
The ballot boxes used in the referendum our museum exhibits now artistic expressions of the defiance and the violence that day. And polls suggest that there hasn't been an increased appetite for independence, or a lesser one, that people are split roughly 50-50. And now there are new governments, new words, but the same entrenched opposing positions. And the painful memories of last year has left an element of bitterness and a fragile and divided atmosphere 1 year on.